Hi guys, this is a video for the new interactive marking grids from the perspective of a course conductor who's been asked to go to another location or maybe at their own club and teach a course. So this presumes that the event has already been set up, that everybody has signed up, and I'm just a course conductor going in and I'm going to do my job and I'm going to evaluate my students at the end. So let's get started. So I am logged in as a course conductor and I'm in my home club. Now this event happens to be elsewhere, but it doesn't matter because if I just click on my schedule, then I'll see that here's my course. I know that I signed up for this course to teach or somebody signed me up and here I am. So I'm just going to go ahead and click on that event and you can see that everything's pretty much grayed out because I didn't set it up. I don't have authorization to change it. So let's start by taking a look at who's signed up. So look at that. It's me. So it's me, Peter, and it is my friend Alan Watson. And here's the students that have signed up. And we see that one person hasn't paid yet. So this is all fake, of course. I just threw all these people on here for the purpose of this video. All right, so now we know who's involved. Let's click on the marking grid section. And because this certification, this CAD certification course has an interactive marking grid associated with it, we get this instead of what you used to see like last year and what you will continue to see on level 2 courses, because right now we're only doing interactive grids for level 1. So for level 2 and above, you'll still see the whole, spreadsheet drop thing here. Okay, so let's go to our interactive marking grid and we get these 4 blue bars. And what's important here is this little bit here. It says that I'm a course conductor, which means that I've done my recertification, right? Amy takes care of that to make sure that every 2 years you get you're recertified, and then I have the qualifications necessary to be a course conductor. So if you're not and you come here, then it's just going to say, not a course conductor, and you won't be able to do a lot of stuff. So, all right. So here's our people. Let's take a look at the screen. I signed my friends up. They might be happy to know. There's a cohort, there's 8 students in here, but I'm teaching with someone else. And so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to give myself only the people that I'm teaching. I guess I can give Alan the other ones because we know he's doing the rest. Okay, so once I do this, then these are the people that I have control over. So I'm going to have, this is my cohort, this group here, and I'm going to have, these are the people that I'll see, and these are the people that Alan will see, and they're separated. So it's almost as if they're 2 separate marking grids. All right, without further ado, let's take a look at the marking grid. So thanks to Raymond Blinky and for Al Watson and Corinne and all those who worked so hard on getting these marking grids set up. So here's the grid. Here's the skills. Okay, so these are the skills. Because it's generic here, there's just a pass or fail, and it's not a pass or fail based on any kind of category like 3/4 track or VI. It's just a simple pass or fail. And so I can go in and I can pass Terry on the parallel turn. I can pass him on the wedge turn. I can pass him on backwards, but I can say, but he didn't do so well on his hockey stop, so I'm not going to give him that. Okay, so that's pretty straightforward. And you would go through and you're going to pass or fail him. Sorry, NI needs improvement or meets expectation on all these categories. And all you got to do is you just click it. Now these ones, this skill, this initial AOT, it applies. This is a level 1 complete course, so there's multiple disciplines. So this skill applies to these 4 disciplines: sit ski, 3/4 track, VI, etc. So if I wanted to fail him on his if I wanted to needs improvement him on his 3/4 track, then what I could do is I could just leave it there and I could give him a little comment there, and And there you go. So, and then I make that disappear, right? So that's for 3/4 track. I could do the same for sit ski. See this little tiny writing here? It says sit ski. So you can see which of these comment boxes apply to which of the disciplines. Okay, that's really all there is to this. You go through and you tick, 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 and you click them all. So I hear Gail and James sitting on my shoulders talking to me saying, what the heck, do we really have to go through and click all those? Well, no, you don't. So some of you like to take your marking grids and you start them all in a pass mode. So I'm going to go to my cohort here and I'm going to pass my people there. So I just popped him through. He's got 67 out of 67 skills. Boom, boom. He already had 5, right? That's the one we played with. Boom. So now I've passed all of my people. Now when I go to the marking grid, I can go, yep, yep, yep. Oh, that was that NI, right? We gave him that NI. And we gave him that NI, and maybe he didn't do so well on something else. Okay, so this was Terry Ald. Now we navigate through our cohort with these right and left buttons. So Terry, they're alphabetical. So Terry was my first guy, my first person. Elizabeth is my second, right? And you can see she's ME'd all the way down. I'm scrolling too quickly, I know. Oh, I should point out that a couple of more things here, that these colors around these boxes, they indicate the discipline. So sit skis will always be yellow, 3/4 tracks will always be red. There isn't, this skill doesn't necessarily apply to all 4 disciplines. For example, there we go. So for example, adjusting outriggers only applies to 3/4 track, which in this case is here, right? It's red, and the sit ski, which is yellow. So that's that. So that's what those colors mean. And one more thing to point out here, which is kind of some of the coolest of this, is Raymond and the others have put so much work into this little eye, the little information thing. And when you click this, this is the meets expectation criteria that the technical committee and the level 4s have come up with that says this is what you need, this is what a pass looks like. And you get this, and the candidates get this. And you get this for all of them. And I'll show you in a minute how you can just take a look at the whole marking grid and all of these blown out. Okay? So that's by clicking on these little eyes. And here's the little eye right here, right? There's the same thing. There you go. Okay. So we're navigating through our people. And there's Mackenzie and David Hurd. Okay, so that's it. You can do this. Probably some of you will do it on the hill while you're teaching, and you're just going to flip through your phone with your freezing fingers, and you're going to do this. And most of you will probably do it at lunchtime on your phone, or you know, or after work or after the course or whatever. But the thing is, it's real time, it's really fast, it's really easy. So let's take a look at how our people did. So when I go candidate results, I get my cohort, right? So I've got 4 people, there's my 4 people, and he got 3 in this section out of 4. He needed to get 4, he got 3, so he didn't make this section, so it's red. Overall, he didn't make the whole thing. And here's, right, so Elizabeth did really well, etc. So there's the summary. And then in order to graduate and get, so this passes the marking grid. So this person has passed the marking grid, but they haven't met the requirements yet in order to get the certification. They're after their full level 1 certification. Part of that is to pass this marking grid, which Elizabeth has done, congratulations. But the rest of it is they have to have attended the schema, the methodology session, they have to have passed countdown training, and they have to have this. And so you don't do that here. This is just a summary telling you that, and I'll show you this on another video elsewhere, how how they would achieve those skills. All right, so that is really all about the marking grid. I guess one more thing. This is just the statistics about the marking grid. you can read them. But this button here, it's there in case you really messed it up, you and your partner, because if you do this, start all over, then you're going to erase, you're starting over, you're reloading the marking grid from scratch. All of the MEs and Is are wiped out, they're gone. Okay, so just, there's probably not a lot of circumstances that you need to use it, but there are some. Let's go back to our candidates page. Okay, the last thing I want to show you here is this here in grid. So if the candidate's not there, you can just take them out. And if you do, so this person, here's our cohort here. So David, we've already assessed him. He's got 67 out of 67. If we take him out of the grid now, it's as if he wasn't there. So anything you did for him, all the remarks, everything are gone. So be judicious with taking them out of the grid. Okay. The last thing is your instructors, your candidates, they can see this just by going to where they registered and looking on the marking grid and seeing the results. They can also see it under their what is it here? About me, my training, right? So they can see the skills they have. They can see their marking grids under my training. So you might want to not let them see exactly what you've done until you're finished. And you indicate that you're finished by locking the marking grid. Okay, so this guy's locked. He can't be changed anymore. And now David will be able to go and see the marking grid and see his results. If he's not locked, then he is not able to see his results. Okay. If you wanted to get a hard copy of this with all your skills, you can just open your marking grid with your person and hit the printer. Okay, so I just clicked on the printer, and then here's a hard copy of Terry's marking grid. And his comments, there you go. A nice guy. There's the comments. He's got an NI, and that's what his hard copy of his marking grid looks like. There is a verbose button up here. If you hit verbose, then, and you scroll down, you get all your skills blown out. Okay, so every candidate, when they register, the bottom of the registration page, there's a marking grid button, and they can hit it and they can get all of the skills. So before the course even starts, they can look at the marking grid and know what's going to be expected of them. And I wasn't involved in developing these, but I'm going to bet that there'll be a lot more work put into them over time. I think they're really good to begin with, but they're a first draft, and just a ton of work has gone into this. Okay, that's really all that I have to say about marking grids for coordinators. If you have any questions, please contact myself or Raymond, in this case, Blimke, and we'll be happy to try and help you out. Thanks, you guys. Good luck with all of this. Bye-bye.